As we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence right here in Philadelphia, we still hold these truths to be self-evident.
That all people are created equal.
That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
And that the consent of the governed is the basis of all legitimate government.
These ideas inspire our reflections on liberty and learning, civic education at 250, and our work toward a civic learning renewal.
How can civic education help sustain this audacious and ongoing experiment in self-governance?
Our founders understood the connection between education and our nation's constitutional democracy. In his 1796 address to Congress, George Washington argued that a primary object should be the education of our youth in the science of government.
He went on to ask, in a republic, what species of knowledge can be equally important, and what duty more pressing than communicating it to those who are to be the future guardians of the liberties of the country.
Democracy is not a spectator sport. It is not passed down through the gene pool. As U.S. Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor liked to note, the practice of democracy must be learned by each new generation.
Each generation must also meet its own challenges.
Over the past 250 years, democracy in the United States has grown increasingly complex. Our diversity, rapid technological advances, and global interconnectedness can leave people feeling separated from civic life.
Yet democracies thrive when people understand, respect, and embrace their civic powers and responsibilities. There is no greater public office than that of citizen.
The goal of civic education is to teach all members of our society the knowledge, skills, and civic dispositions and virtues necessary to fulfill that important office.
At the heart of high-quality civic learning are reflective patriotism and pluralism. This is the kind of patriotism for which Alexis de Tocqueville praised Americans, a patriotism that blends love of country with a clear-eyed recognition of where there also remains room for improvement in living up to the nation's founding ideals.
This kind of reflective patriotism takes root in the pluralism of our nation, in which we work with fellow citizens from all different backgrounds, faiths, and viewpoints, and are encouraged to negotiate differences in working toward shared goals.
For this, the nation's 250th, we are pleased to share the good news that fresh efforts are underway all over the country to build civic learning curricula and programs worthy of rising generations.
To win support from policymakers and institutional leaders for renewed infrastructure of civic learning.
And to sustain the people, educators and families who together escort our young people into civic life.
The roadmap to educating for American democracy is inspiring many of those efforts and growing a vibrant community of civic education entrepreneurs, each committed to excellence in history and civic education for all learners.
Educating for American democracy provides a framework for the kind of powerful and compelling civic learning needed for the 21st century.
Cultivating civic honesty and patriotism,
telling America's plural yet shared story.
Developing skills of reflection, judgment, and compromise.
Thousands of educators and hundreds of thousands of students across the country are already enjoying the fruits of new resources, curricula, and offerings developed by the Educating for American Democracy community. And 48 out of 50 states now have coalitions to advance civic learning.
We look forward to sharing news of this renewal in civic learning over the coming days and invite you and every person across this nation to join in this movement to make civic learning a nationwide priority for the next 250 and beyond.